gentlemen, welcome to
Speak Out for Life!
Hello, my name is Edward Thomas, and my co-host is...
Lindgren.
Do that one more time, please.
Lindgren. Okay. I took my testosterone pill today.
That's what happens when Lynn takes her testosterone drink. Oh my gosh. That was just way too funny.
Sudden explosion of body hair. Yep.
Oh, I was just imagining you with like this full-on beard, like you just come to church one day. He's got like his big old woolly beard.
I think we would reach out to a totally different group of people. I'm really sure.
Church might be packed.
I will not sacrifice myself. You can go sacrifice yourself.
No.
I'm like,
I'm gonna start slipping you testosterone shots in you. Here, Lynn, drink this smoothie. It's like, I don't know what's going on with me. Like,
you think
Lynn.
Jonas would appreciate that?
Sure. He likes a hairy woman.
Okay.
He's always fantasized about being married to a bear.
Oh, I don't think so. Okay.
Like,
Today's
wow, my wife
topic
hairy
is
to me. Okay, sorry.
very enjoyable, I guess.
I don't know. Not if you're the pastor of that church. No.
We want to talk about all the different reasons, excuses to be precise, why people cannot come to church.
And we want to make you feel guilty today.
Guilt, shame.
Guilt is the only way to make you people come to church. If you have a happy pastor who loves you, that's not good enough. He's got to make you feel bad, or she's got to make you feel bad.
Okay, so to go to church, to go to excuse is, I didn't have time.
Oh, how many times do I want to slap people?
I just couldn't fit it into my schedule.
Oh.
All week,
and I'm
you
like,
know, and then Sunday you
when
can't.
people say that, I'm like, so what? You live for the devil all week long, and now when God gets like a little hour, you're like, I can't give you an hour, God, you know, because me and the devil, we got a date going on, we got some good times happening. You know, you just like boring, God. I can't deal with you.
Or the next excuse on top of that is that, I follow online.
Oh.
Or I follow online.
And I'm like, really? Because I don't see when it's time to give, I didn't see your button flash. I'm like, yeah, you were watching online. No, but and living here, because we live in Northern Europe, we're like pretty close to the Arctic Circle. We're only a few hundred kilometers away. And what happens is as soon as the weather gets bad, so this is a funny thing at our church, is that when the weather gets really good, people don't come.
Yeah.
And when the weather gets really bad, people don't come. And when the weather gets cold, people don't come. We're talking about Sweden. That's all we have. Really bad weather. So
it's not like, see my bad weather, so you can still make it to church, but it's still too bad to be outside.
Yeah.
So
and the same people who are like, oh, no, I can't come to church because it was so cold outside. But I see them shaking their butts at the disco. Because I look at everybody. If you don't come to church, I look at your Facebook and see what you posted. And
or your Instagram.
Or your Twitter. Or your whatever out there. Snapchat. Yeah. Hey, WhatsApp. I'm like all over you. Super text. I'm watching everything. Like, I got to watch the flock. I see everyone out there. So
I think it's problematic when people say, for example, it was a family thing. Like, I had a family thing going. I had to be with my family. I'm like, so you never bring your family to church?
The thing is, what do you do the rest of the week? I ignore them. But on
I don't talk to them.
On Sundays, I feel so guilty because I ignore them all week. So it's like
on Sunday I have to
go. It's like, I got to spend time with my family because, I really treat them like crap all week long. And I feel guilty on Sundays for some reason. That's because Satan's whispering in your ear, you're really bad. I own you.
Whoa. So what? Ed, you have been working in the church way longer.
Way too long.
So what are your go-to, or what are people's go-to excuses?
What are my go-to excuses?
Yeah. Why would you in church?
I don't even know what I could get away with. I'd like to try those.
But I think you've only been not at church if you were out of town.
Yeah.
At our church.
Well.
You've been out of town.
But if there was a good movie premiere. And it was the same time as church.
No.
All of a sudden, I got, my stomach hurts.
That's right. You always say, I got to poop.
Exactly. And I'm not going to just lie. I mean, I'm not going to just like give an excuse. I'm going to just bold-faced lie. I'm going to jump right into the pit of hell and just like, well, if I'm going to lie and not go to worship God, might as well make it worth it. It's got to be a doozy, you know.
No, not your excuse, but what is the excuse you hear most often?
So the thing is, I always hear like when someone says, "Oh, I'll be at church on Sunday." Okay, and I'm like thinking, "Can you do this on Sunday?" "Oh, I'll be there," and they don't even give an excuse. They just don't show up. And they have the nerves the next time they see me. "Hey, pastor," I'm like, "Don't pastor me. Get out of my face, you fake person."
Like you liar.
Like you lazy member. No,
but how do you deal with that?
Okay. Here's an excuse.
Okay.
Oh no, I have to wash. I'm like
all
the
week.
laundry. I'm like, so like the other days of the week is like I can't wash it on Monday because that would be like disrespecting myself. I can't wash clothes on Tuesday. That's disrespecting my mother. I can't wash clothes on a Wednesday because the universe would stop if I had to. But on Sunday, exactly when I have to be at church, that's when because here in Sweden. We don't have a laundromat, so a place you go to, there's usually a laundry room inside your building, or you have a laundry
or
at
close
home.
by. Yeah.
So what happens is you have to sign up for the laundry time. So you have all these different other times.
But some people just are late.
And sometimes Satan just says, why put on a Tuesday when you can put on a Sunday? Because you put on Sunday, the rest of the week will be filled up. And then you have an excuse. You don't have to go listen to that crazy pastor.
Sorry, I just have allergies, so I just...
Well, that's okay. That's her excuse. Lynn is like,
I can't go up.
I can't go up. I have allergies. My nose is red. I'm like, well, catch it. Put it back on.
But Nomi actually was today like, oh, Mom, I have a cold. I can't go to church. I'm like, no, you don't have a fever. We're going.
Lynn's kids were coming. They're full of snot. They're just running out of their face like Niagara Falls. And she's like, go to church anyway. And I'm like, poor kids. I know what it's like.
You know how it's like your mom? Your mom made you go?
My mom, I'm like, Mom, I'm not feeling that good. She's like, aha. Let me take your temperature. I'll take your temperature the baby way. You put the thermometer in your butt. Yeah. I'm like, oh, no, I'm fine. God healed me. Hallelujah. I'm going.
God's so gracious.
I'm like, Mom, I think I'm really hoarse. Really? Because my mom's got a cure for everything. So she's got some kind of old African slave medicine thing and some kind of root. So my mom takes a bottle of whiskey. My mom doesn't drink. No. But she buys a bottle of whiskey, puts this root inside the whiskey. The whiskey turns cloudy.
Ooh.
And the thing tastes like, have you ever tasted aspirin?
Yeah.
It's kind of like bitter and that's sweet compared to this amphetamine root. My mom takes and she's like, "Oh, your stomach's hurt. I got the root." I'm like, "Oh no.
It does hurt.
I'll start speaking in tongues if you get the root here." I'm like, "Whoa." I'm like, I got visions. I saw the Virgin Mary came to my room, started talking to me in tongues. I was like, "Whoa." I gotta go to church.
After taking the root?
Yeah. Like, don't give me the root, lady. And my mom's always like, my whole life, she's like, you don't want to go to church. I got some cow chip tea. Because apparently that was some kind of slave medicine, cow patty. So they would take cow poop when it was all dry, like a little patty, and they take it and make tea out of it. Now, whoever drank that, cow butt tea, I'm just like...
Okay.
I'm like,
can we go back to the excuses?
I'm like, I think I go back to slavery. I'm like, woo. No, I'm not drinking that. It's like, it's good for you.
I don't like it when people say, "Oh, I gotta study" or "I have to work."
Oh, wait. Oh no, I have a test. When's the test? In 3 weeks. I'm like, or no, I have a test tomorrow, and I really need to study. I'm like, what have you been doing all week?
Yeah, what do you need to study?
But my series, I gotta watch Netflix. It can't be. God, He understands. God knows my heart. He understands.
Mm-hmm. He knows. That's why He doesn't like. That's why He doesn't understand, because He knows your heart.
Oh, well, here's the other thing. People don't show up for weeks. Well, I just wanted to see if you would call me and see if you cared about me.
I hate that. Why would people test other people like this?
I've been gone for weeks and you never call me. I'm like, why should I? You haven't been here.
Or like people, but you didn't remind me.
Oh,
You didn't remind me. There was church that time, that day.
When we first started Cross Culture, oh my gosh. And we're like, we meet all these people. Oh, I just came to faith in Jesus. I'm going to follow him.
Mm-hmm.
If you call me every week, come and pick me up and hold my hand and take me to church. I'm like, oh, no. I don't do that for my own kids. I'm not doing it for you. If you want to go to church, you better get your butt up.
Yeah.
Eat some breakfast and come. Make sure you brush your teeth when you come to our church. Because I don't want you speaking tongues all over me with
your breakfast. With breakfast coming back.
I don't want to see egg chunks inside your teeth because I can't concentrate on. I can't preach. And I'm looking at people and there's just like food in their face. I'm like, oh no, stop. Yeah, I mean, the study thing, people use it all the time because we're a university town.
Yeah. Working. Oh, I got to work. I had to do some work. I had to work.
I'm like, you get to choose your schedule. So I'm like,
they're like, no. They're like, oh, it's really deadline coming up. Like, there's so much work right now. Blah, blah,
so
blah.
in Sweden, you get paid extra for working on the weekends.
Yeah.
So people are like, oh, but I
good pay.
get paid double time if I work on Sunday. I'm like, okay. Loving mama at the same time.
So I'm like,
God.
so that means you're double tithing?
Ooh. They're not even single tithing. It's always those people that put like
the
5
coins.
crowns. They were so cute. It's a day at church.
Oh yeah, Boba's speech. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I'm like, no one's coming back.
No, I really felt like when he said, really, it hurts my heart. I'm like, you people better be ashamed of yourself making him cry like this.
And I looked in the basket. It was going. It sounded like jingle bells. Ching, 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 ching. I'm like, Obviously, it didn't give enough guilt.
Yeah, but now he was talking about
You know what?
coins.
I want people to put their phone back on so I can hear it when I go switch because it goes.
Yeah.
I want to hear. Ding.
It's like, Yahweh's name is actually not Yahweh. It's Yahweh. It's like the switch sound. So if you want to hear God's voice, we have to return to the swish.
We need to put more money into it. That's why people don't come. They're like, I don't know, kind of thing. I mean,
I haven't even spoken in collection speech in forever. Let me do it next Sunday.
I'll put you on. Like, Lynn's coming to bring you the guilt of the Lord. Like,
now she's a mom of 3. She's experienced.
Oh yeah, exactly. Because her kids, they're like guilt
ridden.
I was gonna say guilt scald.
Guilt scald. Guilt damage.
What's in Swedish saying that?
Wow. Okay. What was the excuse that you could buy? Like, you're like, okay, I get it.
My mom just died of cancer.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't even want to see you for a month. Okay.
You don't want to see me for a month
Go
when my
and
mom
grieve.
died?
No, I mean, if someone has an excuse.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
you're so
if
mean.
you need to go grieve, go and grieve.
People grieve differently.
I know. Not in our church, though. They all grieve the same way.
How?
I'm just kidding.
Like, what are you talking about?
Trying to be funny, huh?
It wasn't funny.
I know someone at church said, Eddie, he talks about me, and he's so mean. I don't know what's wrong with our pastor. I'm like, you know what? Me and Moses are on the same page.
Like, stop
God,
complaining.
these people are on our nerves. Time to get rid of them. No, okay.
Wow.
No, but I think.
What?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, so someone. So we have a member of our church right now who keeps getting sick all the time, and so I'll call and I'll check on her and everything like that. So I understand why she's not coming because I don't know, she's like getting infected every week, and I'm like really worried about her. I think we need to go with some oil and some Cheetos.
What? What are you talking about?
I don't know. I think I'm hungry. So I thought we might be there for a long time, so we need the Cheetos so we can sit there and be engaged. So we're here for you, sister.
Wow.
I pray for her, and I'm hoping that she gets better and everything like that. So for me, that's like a valid excuse.
Yeah, health
Someone
reasons.
who's like health reasons, or we have people who have. They can't be around other people because they're either going through like chemo or they have like a suppressed immune system.
Yeah.
So like for me, that's like a valid
But that's health reason.
Yeah. So a good health reason is something I'm like, you can make it up, but if it's a good enough story, it's like, I'm a sucker. So I'm so stupid. So if you're gonna lie to me, make it entertaining.
Yeah, make it like something. Oh, that's interesting.
It's like I was on my way to church.
And someone kidnapped me.
And then I saw this UFO. And I thought they need Jesus. So I stopped the car and took out my Bible and had a conversation with them. I'm like, you go. Preach Jesus' name to all of creation.
All of you aliens.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, get every alien you can right into the kingdom of God. God bless you. Yes.
Why is the Bible not talking about aliens?
Right, because they don't exist.
Okay. If you say so.
I know, exactly. And now a ship's going to land right outside.
Exactly. I'm like,
outside where we're recording.
Ed.
They're going to go outside. We want to know about Jesus. I'm like, oh, wow.
Ed, finally, your story is
I'm
here.
like, oh, wow. So you could trick me, dressed like an alien. I'm like, that's a good reason. You know?
What do you feel about people or men who say, oh, my wife didn't let me go?
Weak.
Or my wife didn't want me to go.
Weak.
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 What
You're
does it
just weak.
mean?
You're always weak.
But if they would say like, yeah, but I want to keep the peace at my house.
Weak.
You know? Oh, okay.
That's just the truth.
What if they would say my husband?
Man, my wife doesn't want me to go to church. My wife, every week, she's like, Edward. Because that's what she says.
Edward.
Yes, because she says that when she's. I'm like, oh, she's ready to say something to me. Edward. God would understand. I mean, family comes first. And, if you would just sacrifice one, I'm like, oh my God, you sound like the snake in the garden, woman. What's wrong with you? Just one time. If you could show your love to me by just ignoring the church, you don't have to worship God. I'm like, oh my.
Did she say that?
Yeah, my wife says all kinds of crazy stuff. She's like.
So why would you?
I keep thinking like this. I'm like, did you not go to Sunday school when you were a kid? Do you not know the story of Adam and Eve?
No, she
this
didn't.
does not help me. Yeah, all kids in Sweden when they were kids. I mean, she was born in '69, so back then people
was mandatory.
they were like right getting to the end now where you had like prayer in school and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of people went to like Sunday school and confirmation and stuff like this. They did it. They didn't learn anything. They didn't know who Jesus was anyway, but they did it anyway. And so it's really weird, because my wife doesn't believe in God, but she's like, but I'm Christian.
Which is what?
She's like, I'm Christian. I'm like, you're not Christian.
I was
She's like-
baptized. Of course I'm Christian.
She's like, I was baptized as a baby and I went to confirmation. I'm like, and I read her confirmation book. I'm like, you talked about, at some point you must have. She's like, but everyone did that. That's what they wanted us to do. I'm like, good enough. I'll take that. Take what I can get,
Okay, so
Yeah.
you think people who don't go to church because their spouse don't like it are weak?
I'm like, listen. Yes, of course, you could stay at home and you could keep the peace.
Yeah, please
You
your
could please
spouse.
your partner instead of God. That's called idolatry. But go ahead, worship your idol, living idol, cute as she or he may be. But that would be for me. That's kind of like, okay. Weak.
Weak.
Just like weak.
Wow. What about people who would say, no, I think I'm better worshiping God alone at home with my Bible.
Okay, wait, sorry. Here's the one. I have company coming. I have friends coming out of town. They're not Christian.
Oh.
Like, you better drag that sinner on to church so they can get some Jesus in them. People are like, oh, but I don't
But
want
they
to.
like it.
But they might
It's
not
not
like
their
it.
thing.
Oh, I'm like, mm-hmm.
So why are you
So
friends
I'm
with
like,
them?
I'm like, well, what do you talk about then with them? They're like, you're like, it makes me feel like people are at home. Oh, I'm at
Double
home
life.
I'm at home with my unsaved people. Let's turn all the crosses away. Let's hide them.
Hide the
the
Bible.
worship music. Take a highway to hell, And then like, so what do you normally do on Sunday? Wash the car. Go play golf. Really? I thought you went to church. Oh, no.
I stopped a long time ago.
I'm like, ooh, church? No, I never go to church. I can watch it
What?
online if I
That's
want
like
to.
a double life. It's
I
not
know.
authentic.
I
And
know.
what kind of friends are they if you have to hide that from them? Or if you have to like,
It depends how much money you're getting from them.
but how can they respect you if you're saying you're a Christian and then you would compromise on such a simple thing?
Ah.
It's like, I cannot respect Muslims who drink alcohol.
I do.
Because they say they're Muslims, but then they're like drinking and whoring. And I'm like,
I see
don't like
Muslims
that.
out there eating bacon. As soon as I see a Muslim eating bacon, I'm like, You need Jesus right now. It's like, I'm like, because Allah's going to get you right now. You know, you eat. I mean, look at you. You're not just eating bacon. You're enjoying the bacon. You're like sitting there like bacon seconds. Like, give me some bacon in my falafel, you know.
There's no bacon in falafel.
No, that's what they're doing.
No.
Yeah, they slip the bacon in there underneath the falafel. And they're, oh, this is so good. It's so smoky. I'm like,
So they got it wrong on both sides.
Because when you're like, oh, no, I already believe in God. I'm a Muslim. Like, no, you eat bacon. You're going to sit here, we open the Bible right now because, you know, you ain't right.
You ain't right either way, okay?
I'm like, you're just done. You got to listen to Jesus now, okay? You know. So.
Okay, so that was a good excuse.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so we said health was a good excuse.
Yeah.
Transportation. No.
If you live in some kind of puku village, puku village out in the woods, and you don't have a car
underneath a tree, your village there was like we live underneath the tree all year round.
No, there is a city. There is an actual city in Germany, which is always referred to as like if you live somewhere remote, no one knows, no one cares. It's called Buxtehude.
Oh.
It's like in Buxtehude, which actually exists, but people use that term as like.
I mean, that sounds like you're way out.
Yeah, you're like somewhere above.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's that far even from civilization. But
sure,
people just use it like, oh yeah, they're from Buxtehude. It's
people
like
go around there with barefoot. Okay, I was thinking they go around barefoot. Maybe
Mika sits in barefoot.
Exactly.
But that I mean, all my siblings have biked 20 kilometers.
So Mika says, yeah.
20 kilometers?
So
wait, say that again, Michael. Our guests want to hear that.
So my siblings, they biked 20 kilometers to school.
See, if my mom and dad tried to make me bike 20 kilometers.
One way
to
school,
I'd be like, excuse me, I'm having a sit-in. I'm not going to eat anything until you change this horrible thing. What are you trying to do? Make me get muscles?
So that was so that's not a good excuse, you're saying, to come to church?
No.
Just pick a closer church?
No, I mean, like this. Okay. So here I'm saying I'm a Christian. I'm part of this church that worships God. So I'm out here in Buxtehude. And I'm like, oh, I'm too far away. I'm like, then ask someone to come and pick you up. See, most people who are far away, they've never even, and this is the thing that bothers me, is that they haven't even asked to see if someone would come and pick them up.
Yeah.
Meet you halfway. We go to half of Buxtehude. It meets you halfway, you know. So, no, I don't want to be a problem.
A burden.
I'm like, get your butt in church, okay? Now.
No.
The flames are searing you up.
I think, yeah. I don't know. Our neighbors asked us the other day, so you're going to church like every Sunday? And we're like, yeah. If everyone is healthy, or even if we're not really sick, or one of the kids is really sick with fever,
you guys
or we are out of town, we go to church. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah.
They're like,
what?
Well, so here's my wife told me one day. She said, Edward, I know people are Christian. They don't pray, they don't read the Bible, and they don't go to church. I'm like, maybe they're not Christian. So how could you say that? Everyone doesn't have to believe like you. No, but
they bear no fruit. They bear no fruit. What can I say?
He's like, you could, if you just didn't show up at church, you think anybody would care? I'm like, oh, tons of people. No, they wouldn't.
You should tell her, okay, let's try next Sunday. And then like 10 people show up at your house. Let's see how she like that. And all the crazy ones would come. And is everything okay with you? We prayed for you. I had a vision. You were lying on the floor. Oh my gosh. And what's going on? Should we pray for you? Your wife go crazy.
They'd be like 2 centimeters from my face, screaming as loud as they can. I'm like, okay. I can see the egg in your teeth. Could you please cover it up?
You see? That would happen. No. You should tell her that would happen. Do you want this to happen?
Yeah. I wonder what I would like if it ever became illegal to meet in church, and we had to start meeting people's homes. I wonder how would my wife feel when I'm like, honey, but it's illegal. We got to let people come to the house.
She would say no.
I'll call the secret police right now. Get rid of all of you people.
Wow, she would do that.
I don't know. I had a dream that she did that.
Oh, that's why you're sharing it now on the podcast?
Yes, because I had a dream that the Antichrist had taken over. And so I told my wife, I'm like, I cannot start talking about Jesus. So
and she'd be like,
so I think we came to an agreement that I would get divorced so that the Antichrist wouldn't hunt her down because she'd be my ex-wife and not my current wife. And then
and you could remarry
and she would let me stay at home. Oh, I mean, God has called us to peace. And then so she let me stay at the house for a while until she's like, nah, you got to go. And so she kicked me out. This is my dream. She kicked me out the house. And she's like, I'll give you a head start before I call the Antichrist.
Oh my gosh. What kind of dream are you dreaming?
And then I woke up and I looked at her. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't go to church today.
Oh my gosh, Ed. That's terrible.
Oh my gosh. You see all the Antichrist dreams. You know how many dreams that we should do a podcast once about all the Antichrist dreams I have. I have so many dreams about the Antichrist. I think I might know who the Antichrist is because it's been in my dreams so many times.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's tell us what.
I've heard the voice of the Antichrist.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
I don't want to know.
You're going to die now, Christian. I'm like, no, please, God, give me strength in the hour of need. And my head falls off.
Well, this was quick and not painful.
No, it hurt. Hurt like heck. Anyone says it doesn't hurt, I mean, in my dream.
Yeah, I'm like, how would you know? How would you know?
I had a dream. Dreams are real. No.
So a good excuse for not coming to church is like, I had a bad dream.
I had a bad dream about the Antichrist. I'm like, no, that's why you should go to church. You had a bad dream about the Antichrist. The devil's just really too close, okay? You need to go.
What about people who would say, we had a fight at home, so that's why we didn't go to church?
That's why I go to church. I
Okay.
had a fight at home.
So you should go to church if
I'm
you
like,
had a
I
fight
can't
at home.
stay at the house. We had a fight. I gotta go to church.
Yeah, but some people are like that. Like they
know.
don't want, like maybe there's some animosity between the spouses, and then they go to church, and then maybe people will notice, and then they maybe, I don't know, they don't want to talk about it, or
the over religious people. You know what? I would go to church, but I was just sinning a lot, or I was in a bad mood, or I fought with somebody, or blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, now you're just using God's word to try to get around going to church. Stop. Just say, I don't want to go to church. Please tell the truth.
they're like, yeah, but I left the present at the altar, or the offering. I should go to my brother to
I'm like, if you
apologize.
left that big offering at the altar, we would know.
Ooh.
We would pay our bills on time. No, we do. We pay our bills. Yeah, so I think that when it comes to excuses,
Yeah.
like people come up with the same old excuse all the time. They're not even that creative. I'm waiting for like really good creative excuses,
Okay.
I want a story that entertains me. I want to feel like I'm watching Netflix. John Wick 4. That's excuses.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah, okay, that's pretty good. Yes, okay. Yeah, so I think that's the thing. It's that most excuses are just not that good. So
yeah,
like,
I think always the time thing would be like, oh, I didn't have time. Something came up. I had to. Something came up could be like, oh, I had to meet a friend. I had to work unexpectedly. I had to study. I don't know. Didn't feel well. All of this, like,
I'm allergic to people in the church.
I had to
Because
fight.
they smell like peanut butter.
But then you can see, like, you don't go to church for God then. You go for church for something else. And as soon as something that is more urgent, or that the reason you actually go to church for, then you're just like, it's
Here's
fine.
one. No, I mean, I just feel the service is so boring. In our case, people one that people use at our church because our services are longer than the average church service in Sweden.
In Sweden, yeah.
But I mean, there are a lot of churches that have a church service around 2 hours too. So we're not the only one that does it, and they have it in Swedish also. But we're looking at the Church of Sweden, where sometimes the service can be 45 minutes. I was talking to a couple supposed to marry.
Minutes.
Wait, and they're trying to do a wedding ceremony, 30 minutes.
How?
I don't know. I guess the priest goes in there and says, "Okay, whatever, bye, kiss him, get out of here, Beto."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
30 minutes.
I'm like, I don't even know what to say.
It just sounds like a photo op.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, okay, we want the church, we want the photos in the church, but we don't want the general. What's going on?
Yeah, but a lot of times people say, "Oh man, I mean, it's so boring."
It's
Or I
really
hear
boring.
people like, I hate it when people say, "Oh, I didn't know you were preaching. I'd come if you." I'm like, you know what? I am not your favorite. Don't make me into your favorite, okay? I'm
That's
not your
a
idol.
bad excuse. Oh, you don't like the
Really?
person preaching. Okay, so are you following along what they're saying? Is that something offensive that you find that they're saying?
People used to complain because when I used to preach in my green Crocs, I was just this thing. I had these bright green. I mean, they're like neon green Crocs. And they were just so comfortable. And I would always have them when I'm preaching because my feet get really hot. And I was like, oh, this is really nice. And I would only have them for when I'm preaching. But people kept complaining. And I don't know what happened to them. It disappeared one day.
Someone was like, we got to save the church. Burn them!
Someone said, these are from Satan. Let's get rid of them. You know? Like it was the Antichrist, okay?
Okay, Mika, do you have a good excuse that you hear from people why they don't go to church?
Mostly it's the working.
I gotta work.
Yes. But there also are immigrants, mostly of them.
Yeah, see, I think immigrants can get away with working because, immigrants have to take whatever jobs they can.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. I mean, it's like you would accept that excuse.
For
If you're
some time.
If you're a Swede
For some time.
and you tell me, oh, I got to work, I'm like, no,
If
no,
you've
no,
been in
you're
Sweden,
Swedish.
if you've
You're
been
not
in,
working on Sunday.
if you've been in Sweden for some time and you have a visa that's settled,
Or a MasterCard.
I mean, why do you have to work on Sundays?
Yeah, because, okay, so for those of you who don't live in Sweden, jobs are pretty chill here. You can work your schedule here. So, like...
Except for priests, because you got to
Except for
work on
priests.
Sunday.
I got to work on Sunday. That's right. I have to work on Sundays. I just thought about that. I don't get a Sunday off. I want to also go and watch TV and sun. Like I'm African American, but I want to go sit in the sun all of a sudden. Oh, but the sun was shining. I had to go Sula. It was like, no, you don't need to.
Sula is sunbathing. Like, no.
Or something. We assume we know what it means, but we don't know.
I know, you don't know.
I don't know. You don't know. I know that you don't know.
Okay, guys. Thank you, everyone, for listening to our
How are you
excuses.
trying to say that we exhausted our time again?
Yep.
Oh, but Lynn, this was so good. I love complaining about our congregation.
About excuses.
I have so many more. Oh, my gosh. Oh, well. All right. I guess our time's up, huh?
Thank you, everyone.
Dum-dum-dum. It's good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Do-do-do-do-dum. Do-dum. We can't sing the whole song because we don't have the rights to do that. So, obviously, we can just do the sampling of the song.
You can do it if you sing the whole song.
Can I? If I sing the whole song? Okay.
It's like artistic freedoms thingy,
Ooh,
blah, blah.
I
Because
have
you're making it your own now.
Exactly.
It would be different if you would play it.
Good night, listeners. Well, it's time to go. Boo-doo-doo-doo-dum. We hate to leave you, but we really must say
I don't even know what he's doing.
goodbye.
From which song?
Fika for life. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. I wonder if they're going to record this. This should be a blooper.
Thank you for listening. If you have any comments or ideas, please send us a message to fikaforlife@mail.com. Fika, F-I-K-A. This was the Fika for Life podcast with Lin Nguyen and Edward Thomas, and we hope to hear you again.